We have a bowl, and a bowl is a hemisphere with a radius 6 cm. Water fills 2/5 of the bowl. So this water is 2/5 of the entire hemisphere bowl. The water is poured into a hollow cone, and the depth of the water is 12 cm. Work out the radius of the surface in the cone. So we need to work out the surface of the water, the radius, because the water forms a cone shape inside the cone. We want to find the surface, the radius of it. And I'll answer in one decimal place. So we just begin by knowing the volume of the hemisphere bowl, 2 pi r cubed over 3, and knowing the volume formula and radius as 6, replace r cubed with 6 cubed. So 144 pi is the volume of the hemisphere bowl. The next thing is to work out how much water do we have in the hemisphere bowl. We have a clue that says it's 2/5 of the entire hemisphere bowl. So 2/5 of 144 pi gives me 288 pi over 5. So I now know the volume of the water. Next is to work out the radius of the surface of the water in the cone. So I'm now going to work out an expression for the volume of the cone of the water inside the cone. We now know the volume of a cone is pi r squared times height over 3. So I'm just going to replace r was still going to be r because I don't know it yet, but I know the height as what? 12. So if I work that out, that simplifies as 4 pi r squared. Now, what you need to remember is that I now know the volume of the water in the cone as an expression. Now, looking at the question, the water inside the hemisphere is the same water inside the cone, and therefore the two should be equal. So I'm going to equate these two, 288 pi over 5 with 4 pi r squared. And then all I need to do is to solve for r. So simple equation. Pi is common to both sides, so that cancels out. Or if you divide through by pi, it will cancel out the pi. So I have 288 over 5 equals 4 r squared. I want to work out for r squared first, so I divide both sides by 4. So that's 288 over 5 times 4 r squared. Now, you can write it again as 288 over 20 equals r squared. And I'm going to find square root of both sides so that I can find out r. When you find out square root on both sides, r squared becomes r, and that will give me 3.79. So r is equal to 3.79. We want our answer as one decimal place, so r is approximately 3.8 cm.